I'm fine.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by Frank Smith in San Francisco, California. Frank, just first of all, the event as a whole, because you're an events guy. Talk to me about that spectacle tonight and the crowd as well. Like, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable crowd. Like we said at the weigh-in yesterday, you just don't see that for most shows in the US. Outside of the likes of Vegas and maybe New York MSG, you don't see those kind of crowds. Maybe Tank. He's delivered some great numbers recently, but it was a tremendous show, and what a way for Devin Haney in his hometown to come back and deliver big numbers.
There was times out there tonight where the crowd started booing. An example of that was Liam Parrow a round and a half in against Montana Love. Do you think maybe that there's an expectation at these big fight nights amongst US fans maybe that they're going to see electrifying knockouts in every single fight, and if they don't, they get a little bit annoyed at that?
They want war for literally 36 minutes in a 12-round fight. That is what they want. They don't want any break in action or anything. But, it got them going. It got Liam Parrow. We saw the way Liam Parrow went on and finished it. So I think it makes the fighters realise what they need to do. And they listen.
Tonight, Devin Haney gets the win. Oscar De La Hoya has tweeted already saying that he wants the Ryan Garcia fight next. They're both on the zone. I spoke to Eddie about it, and he said that's the fight you have to make. Is that a fight that you get straight down to negotiations for?
Yeah, for sure. I spoke to Eric Gomez this morning. He called just to say, wish us luck with the show. And that's a fight we're very interested in making happen. And I'm confident we can get it over the line. It's a huge fight, both on the zone, as you say. And it'll be one of the biggest fights in 2024, I'm sure, if we can make it happen.
What happens then with Devin Haney Promotions and Matchroom? I spoke to Bill Haney in the changing room there, and he kind of said that he wants to work with Matchroom because you offer them the most money out of everyone, and he wants to continue that. Is that relationship, is there going to be a point where you sit down and say, rather than a fight-by-fight deal, because Eddie and you have both said previously that you're kind of trying to steer away from that, would you try and tie Devin Haney down?
Look, we'd love to work with Devin Haney long term. We've had a great relationship for many years now. He obviously went away to go and deliver the undisputed fights that he wanted. That was his dream, and he went and did that. Love to do something long term, but at the same time, we want to make big fights. And if that means one-off fights at the same time, or a couple of, so be it. We want to make the biggest fights out there, and that's going to be the focus.
Stick with the 140-pound division. Liam Parrow with a great win against Montana Love. What's next for Liam Parrow? Is it you guys have so many 140s? Is it going to be someone around that level until he gets to the Devin Haney Regis Prograis stage?
Yeah, I think so. But there's a lot of fights out there. A lot of fights out there to be made. We have to see. People talking about Richardson Hitchens, maybe. Jack Catterall was there tonight. It was a great finish for him. And he's after a long time out the ring. He's had 18 months out the ring, something like that. Maybe near on 2 years. So it was a great finish, and he's got some big nights ahead of him. But I think next step maybe an eliminator of some sort, and then latter part of next year, a world title shot.
Andy Cruz with a special performance tonight. Eddie is really bigging him up. Went on Instagram Live with Keyshawn Davis, then spoke in my interview saying he thinks he beats everyone. How highly do you rate Andy Cruz?
Look, he looked tremendous.
You're a prodigy, by the way.
Yeah, my number one signing. He looked tremendous tonight. He went out there. I think in the first fight he showed that he was going to be entertaining people. Sometimes it's a concern when fighters coming through from the amateurs, great amateurs, aren't going to flow into the professionals and deliver entertaining fights. And the first fight I think he showed tremendous skill, but tonight even more improvement. And from round one he went straight in there, and he was looking for the stoppage, and a great win for him. And like Eddie says, he's got a huge future, and I can't sell it quite as well as Eddie does because he's the best at that. But some massive nights are going to come with him. Bear in mind that's his second fight only against Straffon. We've got to keep stepping him up in the right direction, and latter part of next year, early part of the following year, he'll be fighting for world titles.
Ebony Bridges loses tonight against Yoshida, and disappointing that Ebony loses, but you'll now be working with Yoshida, Eddie tells me, and a great story there. A single mother with her daughter, they've been around, so nice around the hotel all week. Just your thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, it was amazing to see them in the ring afterwards as well, her daughter crying, so an amazing win from her. Ebony, look, Yoshida fairly, she boxed brilliantly against Ebony in there. So, we'll see what's next for Ebony, but a great win, and like you say, great to see someone with such a nice story coming through and delivering like that.
That's a world title fight. Was there a rematch clause in that one?
There's potential to do a rematch. It's not set, but let's see.
I spoke to Eddie about a few things. First of all, Chantel Cameron, Katie Taylor. Chantel Cameron comes out with that tweet. Is your full focus Croke Park, or are the Aviva still in talks, or is it Croke Park full steam ahead?
Look, obviously the focus is to do a stadium show. Croke Park is obviously our preference to try and make happen. We're in discussions as we've said, and we'll see where those discussions fall. If Croke Park didn't work, whether it was date, etc., and it was the Aviva, that would be amazing as well. We want to deliver a huge stadium fight for Casey Taylor. That's what we're working on.
Berlanga McCrory done. February 24th, Orlando. Eddie's confirmed it in my interview. When will that be announced? Is it going to be over this weekend?
Probably early part of next week.
Is there more Irish fighters going on that card? I spoke to Eddie about Emil Williams, Conor Coyle likely to go on it, he says. An idea of any other Irish fighters, maybe like Sean McComb, Lewis Crocker?
I didn't know that fight was on there, but there you go.
Is there going to be any more Irish fighters?
I don't think so, but I'm not right about everything.
Just looking on the next week, Frank, I know you're busy, so I'll let you go after this one. Sonny Edwards, Bam Rodriguez. How big is this card in Arizona? And a lot of Brits on that card as well. Yeah,
100%. Look, it's one of the fights of the year within boxing. Sonny's done a great job selling it. Jesse, it's going to be an interesting fight week. It's high pressure for both of them because, this fight could go either way. But, yeah, excited for that. Amazing fight. What a way not to end the year, but almost end the year. As you say, a load of Brits on there. Obviously, Galao Fire's back out. Peter McGrail's back out again as well. Akhmadeliev's back on the card as well in an eliminator. So, yeah, it's a cracking show. And then we all end in Saudi on December 23.
Well, Frank Smith, thank you very much for your time, mate. And I will see you in Arizona on Tuesday.
Thank you very much for your time, Colin. I'll see you in Arizona on Tuesday.
I'm fine.